speak about Odessa, the theater, the people, so loving and welcoming every time, every time we come.
Mhm.
And I hope that they get to create these experiences that they will
Yeah.
take with them for the rest of their lives and meet new people in different places as you try to, you know, cultivate
Yes.
the younger generation
Yes.
and not just in dance but just about the world and people and different ways of doing things and different perspectives and just opening them up, their minds up to give and receive.
hmm
um and coming here is part of those experiences and starting that with them for me.
Good evening, and welcome to Art After Dark, where you get to learn all about arts and culture in West Texas, and I get to live out my Dick Cavett fantasy. Good evening, my name is Randy Ham. I am the Executive Director for Odessa Arts, and we are here at the wonderful Ector Theater, continuing our focus on Dallas Black Dance Theater Encore. They've been performing here for 5 years now, and in that 5 years, I've made a wonderful friend who is my guest tonight. Nycole Ray, Artistic Director of Dallas Black Dance Theater Encore. Nycole, I'm so
Hi.
happy you're here.
Randy, I am so excited to be here. In 5 years, it's gone by so quickly.
It has.
It really has.
Yeah.
And we've made such a wonderful connection, you and I.
Yes, we have. Yes,
Yes.
we have. We have really seen this grow and develop into something that is now a staple of our community and a staple of our Juneteenth performances. And we have cemented some amazing friendships, not just ours, but the company and the people that work this event. It's
Hmm.
just been wonderful.
My favorite.
It is my favorite too. It's
It's
my
my
favorite
favorite.
week of the entire year. And this year is extra special because not only is it 5 years here, but
Hmm.
Encore is celebrating 25 years.
25 years we've been in existence. I
Wow.
am so proud. And I've been directing for 15.
So another milestone,
Another milestone.
15. Wow.
Yes. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah. One of the things that I enjoy even as much as the performance is watching you watch the performances. Every once in a while, I'll just turn around and just watch you and just seeing the joy that you
Uh-huh.
still get watching the
Oh
dancers out
yeah.
there
It's
is,
it's brand new to me every time.
yeah.
What the dancers do, what they bring to it, and I encourage them to find new ways each time. So, not with a step though, but with intent.
Sure.
So, it's fresh for me too every time. I'm like, "Oh, let's
Right?
see what they're going to
Yeah.
do today." Yeah.
Well, and also it's a different audience every time.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about performance art is that it is never the same. It's never the same company and our audience and time of year and everything is just in that moment.
Right.
And it will never be that same way again.
No, that's
And
what makes it so special.
it is. And I'm going to be the old man on my soapbox for a minute, but that's why it's important to be in that moment and not take out your phone and video everything,
Exactly.
because most of the time you're not going to go back and watch it anyway.
And it's just taking up space on your phone.
It is taking up space on your
Mhm.
phone, and it's taking up space in that audience for the other people, and
Exactly.
that's the thing.
Yeah. You're right.
Just put everything down and just be in the
Be
moment.
in the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm with you on
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've asked the other dancers, so I'm going to ask you to
Mhm.
tell me your origin story. What got Nycole dancing and into the artistic director of Encore?
Ooh, well, um, to be a professional, I actually started fairly late.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I started in high school.
Okay.
It's about 13, 14
Mm-hmm.
years old. And I was hooked day one.
Yeah.
And I was horrible. Horrible. But I was like, this is it for me. And
mm-hmm.
I knew in that moment, in my horribleness, I knew.
Yeah.
And I just had a lot of passion, and that took me really far.
Yes.
And I worked really hard. I worked hard to catch up. And so people saw things in me. They saw my hard work and my passion and drive. And I just received opportunities and like private lessons paid for,
Hmm.
dance teacher driving me around, making sure I'm getting where I'm going to get, my mom doing the best that she could. And so it really did start off very small. And like I had no idea that my career would become what it's been. And so from there, studied and got into the California Institute of the Arts and capitalized on every moment at
Yes.
school, every
Yes.
moment. All the artists loved it, loved it. And then I went on to Dayton Contemporary and was in their second company. And then after that, I performed with the Lula Washington Dance Theater in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And then I auditioned for Dallas Black Dance Theater and I got in
Eh,
because I auditioned to be an extra.
really?
Yes, in the production of Porgy and Bess. And
Wow.
Dallas Black Dance Theater was chosen to celebrate the centennial of Gershwin's Porgy and Bess,
You're
right?
kidding.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
And so I auditioned to be an extra.
Yeah.
And Miss Williams, the founder of Dallas Black Dance Theater, actually gave me a position in the company. And I was like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, cool.
okay,
Okay.
okay. And I've been with the company for 28 years. Yeah.
That means in 2 years you'll be celebrating another milestone.
Yes.
We'll have to make sure there's a cake for you here
Ooh.
when you come
Mm,
back here. All right.
lemon,
Yeah.
lemon cake.
Lemon. Okay, we've got that on camera
Lemon.
now. Lemon. That's good. I love lemon too. Ah,
It's my
yes.
favorite.
That is amazing. You know, you said something in the beginning of that about the dance teachers that would drive you around, and um there's a lot to be said about the people in your life that recognize the passion that you have for something and want to help you succeed,
Yeah.
and they recognize the talent that maybe even you don't recognize in yourself when you're like, oh God, I'm like the worst, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they know that between the passion and the talent you do have and being able to nurture that, that people are put in your life to help you succeed.
Yes.
And that's something that I don't think we often recognize
Mm-hmm.
enough, because it does take a village.
It does take a village. And with you saying that, Randy, it in that moment it made me reflect on um, why I do what I do.
Hmm.
Because when I choose dancers for the company, I look for a lot of different things. And it isn't always beautiful, refined technique.
Hmm.
Yes, we want that,
Sure.
but a lot of dancers can do that.
Yeah.
So I look for a lot of other little things, nuances. A dancer could fall over in an audition. How they get up is what I look at.
Oh, I love that so much.
How
Oh.
they transition is what I look at because we throw so much at them in a very short amount of time that they have
Hmm.
to digest this information. So, yes, we're looking for perfection, but it's not going to be, right?
Yeah.
And so I look for other things. I need to know as an artist, how are you going to transition? How
Hmm.
can you recover? Right. And so that's what I look for. I look for those small little tiny things and I look for the passion and the drive. I actually look for that first.
Yeah.
Then I see all the other things.
Well,
Yeah,
it's so important because you know, if you see that passion and that drive, then you know there's commitment,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And there are some artists that I've worked with in almost every medium, because it happens quite often that if you are blessed with an overabundance of talent, that you may not be blessed with the same sort of commitment because it comes easy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Mhm.
and so I will also take the less refined artist with the passion and the drive over the, object of perfection,
Mhm.
a lot of times,
Yeah.
you know.
I am the same way because I have had
Yeah.
I've had some experiences with extraordinarily talented
Hmm.
dancers
Yeah.
who do not carry the drive.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yes, I'm
Sometimes when it comes easy,
mhm.
it
It's like, ah,
yeah,
mhm.
and it can be frustrating. It can
Yeah.
be very frustrating, but it does make you really admire those people with that passion and that conviction. And it was also nice to hear you talk about getting started late. And I talked to Marcus about this a little bit in his episode, but I started my career late.
Mhm.
I didn't, and I say this, I fell into this job. I fell into this job at 40. And it took me a while to come to terms with that, because I was mad at myself for a very long time that I had wasted 10 years, that I could have
Mm.
been doing this 10 years earlier if
Mhm.
I had known that this is what I wanted to do. But rather than that, I feel, I wake up and I'm really happy that I found it at all. That this career and I found each other
Yeah.
when we did, because that's when it was meant to happen.
Exactly when it was supposed to be.
And
Mhm.
and it makes me not take it for granted either. So, uh,
And Randy, I am so happy that you fell
eh, and
into this job.
I wonder, now that you've said that, how did I get up when I fell? I wonder
How
how
did
I
you
fell.
transition?
How
How
did I
did you
transition?
roll lovely and
Right,
oh
and
and
like,
stand on
here
up?
I
Here
am.
I am,
I
Randy.
don't know.
Oh.
Uh, yeah, you never know. I wish I could go back to, actually, I can tell you the day that it happened. I can
Yeah.
tell you how I fell into this job. 'Cause I kind of tell this story at like Rotary clubs and things anyway, but the short version is I was on the board of this organization,
Mhm.
and the executive director took me out to lunch one day, and I thought it was one of those board member staff kind of things that you do.
Yeah.
And she took me to a Mexican food restaurant that's just about a block that way. I had chicken tortilla soup. I was halfway, the spoon was halfway to my mouth, and I heard her say, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?"
Uh-huh.
And I realized that was an interview question, and that I was being interviewed for a job. And there was nothing about the conversation preceding that that made me think this was anything other than a social
Yeah.
occasion. And I just dropped my spoon and I locked eyes with her, and I was like, "Yes, I want to do this. What do we need? What do we need to do?
Mhm.
This is what I want to do."
Mhm.
And I will always be like, I still talk to her to this day. She still takes my call, and she saw the passion and the drive,
Mhm.
and she nurtured me into something I didn't even know I wanted to do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really
Beautiful.
great.
That is so beautiful. And beautiful on two different levels. The story, of course, touched my heart
Mm.
because I love you.
I love you too.
And two, your memory. I don't remember what I ate for dinner yesterday, but you remembered every detail
Yeah, well,
of
I
that
can't remember.
meal.
I can't remember what I had for dinner last night either, but that's what makes that so special, is because I have the same, problem. And as we get older, our
Mhm.
memory, plays tricks on us, but there are moments in your life that make such an indelible impression on you that it's like a fault line.
Mhm.
There's before and there's after.
Yeah.
And that was a fault line. And that was an immediate fault line in my life. And I knew it the minute it happened too.
Mhm.
So my life is about to change. Um, but enough about me. We're talking about Dallas Black Dance Theater and their 25th season. This is the last performance of this
Yes.
season. You are wrapping up your season
Right
here.
here in Odessa.
I am
One of my
so
favorite places, of course.
it is one of you are one of our favorite people, so it just makes it wonderful. If I'd known it was the last, I would have had a lemon cake tonight.
Oh, that's so sweet. You know, um, Randy, the dancers are so excited to be here. I speak about you all. I speak about Odessa, the theater, the people, so loving and welcoming every time we come.
Mhm.
And I hope that they get to create these experiences that they will
Yeah.
take with them for the rest of their lives and meet new people in different places as you try to, you know, cultivate the
Yes.
younger generation
Yes.
and not just in dance but just about the world and people and different ways of doing things and different perspectives and just opening them up, their minds up to give and receive.
Mhm.
um and coming here is part of those experiences and starting that with them for me.
Well, I really appreciate that because, it is such a special thing. And I would be remiss if I did not give a shout out to Miss Joanne Davenport Littleton and the Black Cultural Council
Yes,
for
yes.
having done the Juneteenth celebration for so long. And I will say that my part and Odessa Art's part of this is so tiny compared to what they do for the entire week
Hmm.
to celebrate all week long for the entire community, and the things that they do just bring so much joy to me that I knew when I did get this job that we needed to be a part of it somehow, and what could we do to add
Right.
to the experience. And so I think I just picked up the phone and called.
You just called her.
I was like, "Do you want some dancers?" And the rest is history. And it's amazing how
Oh,
those little things will
yeah.
do, have such a seismic shift. If we're going to go on this fault line seismic metaphor that I seem to be going on, but it's really changed everything. Improved it for the better, and that's wonderful that we can all work together to do something like this for the community.
It's really special.
It is. It
Truly is.
is. What's something out of your 25th season that has stood out for you?
Oh, I would say mostly really the love and support
Mhm.
from people. Um, the arts community in Dallas is strong. It's very
Yes.
strong.
Yes.
And to be recognized for these young dancers, but also for the company itself and its longevity and what it has been able to do for the younger generation and in regard to their growth as a human being, because I'm
Mhm.
huge on that. It is way more than just dancing,
Yep.
way more than dancing, but how they can just be prideful in what they do, prideful in the company and its 25 years, the shoulders that they are standing on
Yes. Yes.
because the company has grown so much in breadth from its beginnings to where it is now, so completely different. And I'm just really proud of the journey and what we've been able to do with a company that literally started as a platform for the sort of, more talented students in the academy and some of the instructors in the academy to form the company to go out and to perform in the community. That's how it began. And so, where it is now that I have dancers coming from all over the world to audition to be a part of this company. And I'm like, yay, that we are recognized, that we are seen.
Yeah.
And I'm just really proud of it.
As well you should be. I think that that is probably another seismic shift
Hmm.
when you start a company like that, and when that is the purpose. And I'm assuming that at the beginning you had people that you were asking, please come audition.
I most certainly
It,
did.
and then you have that, change to where you don't have to ask anybody and you're almost having to turn people away because of the reputation and the number of people that want to be involved in the company, is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful legacy to leave, Nycole. You've done just an amazing job with this company, and I am so fortunate to have you in my life just as a person.
Randy,
Yes.
thank you so much. Mm.
Center.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes when you get kind of lost in the fodder
Hmm. Hmm.
and you don't take time or a moment to like realize all the things that have transpired and happened, the good, the bad, all the things, the in-betweens. And um to hear it and to hear it from you, it really touches my heart more than you could ever know. And
Well,
so thank you.
you're very welcome. My life is better because of you and because of this company and because of the things that we get to do together. And our community is better for having Dallas Black Dance Theater Encore here every single year. And you have an open invitation to be
Oh,
here
thank you.
all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Do not wait for just Juneteenth. You can be here anytime you want. And
Yes.
so
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you so much for being here tonight. And I cannot wait to see the performance. As always, it is something. Although, oh, I have one bone to pick with you.
Oh, okay. Let me get ready for the okay.
Yeah, all right.
I'm ready.
I have one bone to pick with you. Apparently, there was a piece that you did this season called Phoenix
Yes.
that you are not doing here.
No.
Why?
Well, there's a reason why.
Okay.
Because we've already done it here. Our
Okay.
our very first year.
Very first
Very
year.
first year we did it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think
So
5 years isn't
it's
as
it's,
long
it's
enough.
okay.
We
I
can
can
do it again.
recycle it. Okay. The
Bring it
dancers
back.
they were like, when I told them what the program was going to be and Phoenix wasn't on there, they were like, What?
Yeah.
We're not doing Phoenix?" And I'm like, "No, unfortunately, we've already presented it there.
Okay.
I wanna, keep bringing you new
Sure.
things, but I do take requests, and
Okay.
Phoenix it is fire. It is
It
hot.
it is. It is.
It's phenomenal."
The other thing that you've done here before that was probably the most um, meaningful and emotional thing that I've ever seen the company perform was the piece that you choreographed to John Legend's mother,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and that was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It was
Mhm.
not the first year, but it
Yeah.
was, I think it was the second or third.
Yeah.
And I still think about it to this
Ah,
day. And it's a little bit even more emotional now that I've lost my mother, because that is now the thing that's something that I think about when I think about her. So thank you for giving me that gift, even
mm,
though we didn't know it was that gift
yes.
then. So I will be basically programming your entire uh, performance next year. Okay.
Come on. Okay,
uh,
Phoenix, I
right.
got you. Motherless.
Mother.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got
All right.
mental note.
Okay. Well, as we start to program the 26th season of Dallas Black Dance Theater Encore, Michael, I want to thank you again for being here tonight. I want to thank you for bringing this company in year after year, and most importantly, I want to thank you for this incredible friendship that we have formed. Uh, it has been just such a blessing to me.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you. And thank you for always having us and inviting us back again and again. Um, Thank you to your entire staff. Thank you to Joanne She's awesome.
Oh, yes, she is
She is awesome.
amazing.
And the entire council. Um, this is truly one of the highlights of our season. And yes, our friendship beyond
Mhm.
beyond the stage.
Yes.
It is beyond the stage. And um, as I get older,
Mm.
there are very few people, very few that I call a dear friend. And you are one of them. So thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, it is such a blessing to know you. Nycole, thank you so much for being my friend. Thank you all for watching tonight. I promise one of these years, Nycole is going to come down here and we're not going to cry, but it's not this year. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again next time on Art After Dark.